In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NHL games happening on November 2nd, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Philadelphia Flyers versus Toronto Maple Leafs. The Philadelphia Flyers face the Toronto Maple Leafs, with both teams heading in opposite directions to start the season. The Flyers have a 5-3-1 record, while the Maple Leafs have a 4-4-2 record and have lost their last 4 games in a row. The Flyers are looking to continue to build their strong record in the Metropolitan Division, while the Maple Leafs are looking to turn around in the Atlantic Division, and the upcoming game should be a good one as a result. The Philadelphia Flyers will try to bounce back from a narrow 1-0 overtime loss at the hands of the New York Rangers in their last game. Kevin Hayes leads the Flyers with 10 points, including a team-high 9 assists, while Travis Konechny has 9 points with a team-high 4 goals and 5 assists. Tony DeAngelo has 7 points with a pair of goals and 5 assists, while Joel Farabee, James Van Riemsdyk, and Ivan Provorov each have 5 points, with Provorov logging 5 assists, while Farabee and JVR each have 2 goals and 3 assists. Carter Hart's gone 5-0-2 with a 2.31 goals against average and a .943 save percentage, while Felix Sandstrom is 0-2 with a 3.14 goals against average and a .900 save percentage in goal for Philadelphia this season. The Toronto Maple Leafs will be out to snap a 4-game losing streak after a 4-3 overtime loss to Anaheim in their last game. John Tavares and William Nylander each have a team-high 10 points with 4 goals and 6 assists, while Mitch Marner has 9 points with a pair of goals and 7 assists. Austin Matthews has 8 points with 3 goals and 5 assists, and Morgan Reilly has 7 assists of his own this season. Ilya Samsonov's 4-2 with a 2.35 goals against average and a .920 save percentage in goal for Toronto so far this season. The Flyers are 18-40 in their last 58 games, playing on 0 days rest, and 17-43 in their last 60 overall. The Maple Leafs are 41-16 in their last 57 home games and 0-4 in their last 4 overall. The under is 4-1 in Flyers' last 5 road games. The under is 8-2-1 in Maple Leafs' last 11 overall. The Flyers are 2-5 in the last 7 meetings in Toronto. The favorite is 35-16 in the last 51 meetings. This is one of my favorite bets of the night, as the Flyers, who have had a strong start to the season, face a Maple Leafs team that is struggling in every aspect of the game. The Flyers, who are averaging 3 goals per game, should be able to find the back of the net, with Kevin Hayes, Joel Farabee, and the rest of the forward unit establishing a strong offensive zone presence and creating open shots with great puck movement, while defensemen Anthony DeAngelo and Ivan Provorov fire shots on net from the blue line. Speaking of DeAngelo and Provorov, they should lead the Flyers' defense and limit the Maple Leafs' defense, which is only allowing 2.7 goals per game, by creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on net, allowing goaltender Felix Sandstrom to make numerous big saves. The Toronto Maple Leafs are the clear better team, and they're going to have the edge at home here, especially with the Flyers playing on the end of a back-to-back. However, the Maple Leafs are in a bit of a funk with 4 straight losses, and the offense just isn't clicking like we're used to seeing. Talent edge or not, I'm not laying massive money line juice or even the puck line with how the Maple Leafs have looked over the last week or so the Philadelphia Flyers money line is our full game side pick. Toronto's problems in net have been the biggest criticism of the team for several years now. They tried to address it this offseason by signing Matt Murray. However, he is out due to injury for a few weeks. That leaves the backup tandem of Ilya Samsonov and Eric Kallgren in net. Those two have allowed opponents to score 4 goals in each of the Leafs' last 3 games. While I expect them to try and bounce back from that long road trip, I don't expect them to be perfect. The Flyers have pulled off impressive upsets like their 4-3 win over the Florida Panthers and their loss following that also saw 7 goals scored. With Hart not being in net for Philly and the Leafs enduring goaltending issues themselves, both teams should find the back of the net multiple times. This should be a high-scoring Leafs win, just like their 2 games against the Flyers were at the end of last year. Those wins came by final scores of 6-3 and 5-2. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Penguins versus Buffalo Sabres. The Pittsburgh Penguins face the Buffalo Sabres with both teams off to strong starts to the season. The Penguins have a 4-5-1 record but are hoping to snap out of a 5-game losing streak. The Sabres, meanwhile, have a 6-3 record and with back-to-back wins, have leaped into second place in the Atlantic Division. Both teams are looking to improve in the Eastern Conference and the upcoming game should be a great one as a result. The Pittsburgh Penguins are 4-4-2 this season and have 10 points on the year. Pittsburgh is coming off of an overtime loss to the Boston Bruins by a score of 6-5 in their last game. Pittsburgh had a 5-2 lead in the second period, but allowed Boston to score 4 unanswered goals to end the game. The Pittsburgh Penguins are averaging 3.7 goals per game, 3.5 goals against per game, 22.9% on the power play, and 71% on the penalty kill this season. Sidney Crosby has led the Penguins with 5 goals, 7 assists, and 34 shots on goal this season. The projected starting goalie for Pittsburgh is Casey DeSmith, who is 0-2-1 this season with a 2.97 goals against average and a .913 save percentage. The Buffalo Sabres are 6-3-0 this season and have 12 points so far this year. Buffalo is coming off of a win against the Detroit Red Wings by a score of 8-3 in their last game. Buffalo outshot Detroit by a total of 46-18 and went 2-5 on the power play in the win. The Buffalo Sabres are averaging 4.11 goals per game, 2.78 goals against per game, 23.5% on the power play, and 79.3% on the penalty kill this season. Tage Thompson has led the Sabres with 6 goals, 6 assists, and 39 shots on goal this season. The projected starting goalie for Buffalo is Eric Comrie, who is 3-3-0 this season with a 3.34 goals against average and a .902 save percentage. The Penguins are 3-13 in their last 16 road games and 1-5 in their last 6 games playing on 0 days rest. The Sabres are 6-2 in their last 8 home games and 11-4 in their last 15 overall. The over is 13-4 in Penguins' last 17 overall. The under is 7-3-1 in Sabres' last 11 overall. The Penguins are 20-7 in the last 27 meetings in Buffalo and 40-15 in the last 55 meetings. The favorite is 35-17 in the last 52 meetings. The home team is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings. This is going to be a great game between two of the stronger teams in the Eastern Conference. The Penguins are looking to win on the road, but the Sabres are red hot with 2 wins in a row and look to control this game on both ends of the ice. I'm not sure what the Pittsburgh Penguins have done during this losing stretch to deserve to be a road favorite, but I'm not buying it. The Penguins' defense has taken a step back, and now they're on the end of a back-to-back with a game that included overtime. Possible tired legs. Also, the Buffalo Sabres are playing well in their own right and have the rest advantage. Pittsburgh is on the second night of back-to-back after losing in overtime to the Boston Bruins on Tuesday night. Pittsburgh has also lost 5 games in a row, allowing 4 goals or more in 4 of the 5 losses. Buffalo has won 2 games in a row and has played well on offense and defense this season. Despite having a better record and being at home, the Sabres are underdogs in this one, and given their history, that makes sense. But given the recent play, they could and should absolutely take down the juggernaut Penguins at home. Pittsburgh are 0-5 in their last 5 games against winning teams and are 1-5 on 0 days rest, and with Buffalo being 6-2 in their last 8 at home and 11-4 in their last 15 overall, this is a recipe for a big-time upset. Given the way this young team has played in recent times, it may not even be considered an upset, but Buffalo at plus 110 is a fantastic bet here, as the team is playing well and trending for a big Eastern Conference win. So the Buffalo Sabres money line is our full game side pick. The Penguins, who average 3.56 goals per game, should constantly create scoring chances with Sidney Crosby, Brian Rust, Jake Gensel, and the rest of the forward unit overwhelming the Sabres with speed in the offensive zone and creating open shots with great puck movement. The Sabres, who have scored 12 goals in their last 2 games, should run up the score with Tage Thompson, Jeff Skinner, Alex Tuch, and the rest of the forward unit crashing the net on the rush and creating open shots with great puck movement while Rasmus Dahlin picks apart the Penguins' defense from the point. Both of these teams are highlighted by their deep offensive groups, and while the Sabres have been getting great goaltending from Craig Anderson, the team certainly has been in some high-scoring clashes as of late. The trends are towards the over in this one, as it is 8-1 in Pittsburgh's last 9 games against winning teams, and is 7-3-1 in Buffalo's last 11 overall, and in such an important clash, many goals are expected. This one would be crucial for Buffalo's future as a playoff team in 2022, and if they could take down Pittsburgh, it would only further further their confidence, and whether it's 1-0 or 5-4, they finally have the team to consistently take down playoff teams. Both teams have been led by their offenses, and the upcoming game should reflect that, with both teams finding the back of the net from the opening puck drop. This will be a high-scoring game controlled by both offenses. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.